Hi guys, welcome back to the FPL Duo. Back again for another stream. This one we're going to react to Game Week 37, the penultimate game week of the season, and then we'll also look at the final game week of the season, Game Week 38, which is next Sunday. But yeah, how you doing, Jordan? How's your weekend been so far?
This weekend's been great in terms of football. My goodness, wasn't what I was expecting this week. You'll see why, but yeah, I've enjoyed this week's football. It's been quite dramatic, and yeah, some big scores this week. A lot to talk about as well.
Yeah, let's kick it off with my team first, as you see on the screen. So in goal, I have Raya, who I believe finished on 7 points. Great performance from Raya. Thought he kept Arsenal sort of in the game. Newcastle had a couple of chances to score, but he did keep the clean sheet. Made 5 saves as well. So got the point for that. Got 1 bonus point. But he did pick up a yellow card for time wasting, which was unfortunate. Could have had was it a 9 pointer or an 8 pointer? Sorry. Yeah, 8 pointer if he didn't time waste as usual, which I find that he does quite a lot. But can't complain there. Vardiol and Munoz obviously played in the FA Cup final yesterday. Obviously, congratulations to Palace for winning it. So they play in the coming days. Now, Vardiol has Bournemouth at home, and Munoz has Wolves at home. So we'll see how they get on. Konsa is the big one for this game week, getting a 15-pointer after Aston Villa's important 2-0 win against Spurs. Goal and also assist. It's not assist, goal and a clean sheet for Konsa. And he also picked up all 3 bonus points. So, yeah, lovely 15-pointer. Into the midfield, Sarr again involved in the FA Cup. So he'll play against Wolves. Just want to see when that fixture is. Tuesday, that game. So not a long turnaround. So we'll see how he gets on. Mbumo, mixed thoughts on Mbumo because he did score, but he also missed a penalty. So he could have had 2 goals, but because he missed a pen, he got a -2. So all in all, he ends up on 5 points, which is a bit disappointing. I mean, 19 goals for the season, can't complain too much. But he's been a really good, had a great season so far. So yeah, 5 points, very happy with him. Rogers picked up the assist in the 1-0 win, and also got the clean sheet point, which is again nice to get a return. So all my players have returned this game week, which is great. Salah plays tomorrow night against Brighton, but obviously Liverpool on the beach. We'll see how they get on. Salah is chasing a few records, so hopefully Salah can get a couple. Wissa did pick up a goal. Sorry, not a goal, an assist. He got the 1 assist. He also picked up a yellow card, which was a bit annoying, but he comes away with still a respectable 8-pointer. Sorry, goal and an assist. I read that wrong. I didn't watch the game, so he did pick up a goal and an assist and played 90 minutes, which was good. Isak wasn't involved in the squad, and Eddie Howe said he picked up a small little groin problem. So my auto sub is Savinho, who plays tomorrow. On Tuesday as well, don't they, against Bournemouth? Yeah. So we'll see how Savinho does. Whether he starts, I'm not sure he will. He started against Palace, but if he doesn't start, then I'll have Dan Burn come on for his 2-pointer. But I hope Savinho does start. And then Watkins, as my captain, did get an assist. Just the 1 assist. A bit not as much as I'd have hoped. I would have hoped for a goal. But I'll take the assist. Comes away 5 points and then 10 as my captain. So all in all, it's 53 points, but I still have a couple players left. And looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still 5 players left, 53 points. So not bad at all. Could definitely, I'm still on a green arrow, so I'm still happy with the way the game week's sort of gone. 315k rank with a week to go. Turned it around sort of this season. As you guys know, I had a bad sort of start again to the season, but trying to end it on a positive, and I think where the rank's at right now, I'm a bit more happier. But yeah, let's see how it goes on the fixtures we got on Monday. I think we got some fixtures on Tuesday as well. But yeah, I'll move on to your team, Jordan. Talk us through how your week's gone, because obviously you had a bit of a big week as well.
Yeah, I wasn't obviously expecting this. As for those who don't know, I did activate the free hit early on this season, which obviously I did in Gameweek 37, and yeah, it's massively paid off, this free hit. I don't think I would have used it in any other better week, considering how well it's gone this week. But yeah, starting off with obviously Pickford in goal, Everton v Southampton. That was today at the 12 o'clock fixture. And yeah, it went pretty smoothly. I mean, Everton won 2-0 in the end, very comfortable. Sort of a bit 50-50 whether they keep the clean sheet near the end because of obviously substitutions and etc. going on for both teams. But yeah, they did manage to keep the clean sheet. It was last time that obviously Everton played at Goodison Park as well, so a bit of an emotional turnout for that game. But yeah, happy 6 points for Pickford. Same with Mikolenko as well. He got 8 points. He was rewarded with a bonus 2 on top of his clean sheet. So yeah, even more happy with that. Double Everton defence paid off against Southampton today. And yeah, full points for both of my double Everton players. Moving on to the other two defenders now, this is where it gets very exciting because obviously we spoke about Konza being the one who got the goal, the clean sheet, and the bonus 3. Obviously got the minutes he played as well, getting him 15 points. And obviously Aston Villa winning that game 2-0 against Tottenham. But just beside him as well, Cucurella replicates what Konza obviously did, getting the same thing, scored a goal, get a clean sheet, and also got the bonus 3 points in that 1-0 win over Man United. So yeah, massive to bring those two into my free hit. 30 points combined for those two players, Konza and Cucurella. So I'm very happy with the defense, maximizing out the possible amount I could get for my defense so far. And yeah, all returns all round for the goalkeeper and the back three. Moving on to the midfield, this is where it doesn't really make justice for itself. Obviously, Rodgers is the only return with 6 points, getting the assist and clean sheet point in the Aston Villa game. So yeah, not as involved as obviously the defense was, but again, Rodgers is moderately template, so I'm not really too bothered that whether he blanked or not. So those 6 points helps a little bit at least. The double up on, well, obviously the triple up on the Palmer and Enzo didn't quite work out. Both blanked. I kind of thought that game Chelsea would go for it more, score more goals, but only one goal was scored, and either of them were part of it. Obviously, Cucurella scored the goal in that only one against Man United, and I think Cole Palmer got a yellow card, but yeah, just 2 points. He got a clean sheet point, and same with Enzo. Just the 2 points for the match minutes he played and the clean sheet. So yeah, nothing involved between them two, but I'm not too obviously worried about it. It would have been nice for them to get a return each, just to make that midfield complete with obviously Rodgers. Eze, obviously he doesn't play, I believe, until I think that fixture is Tuesday as well. So we'll find out Tuesday. Obviously they won the FA Cup, so congratulations to obviously Crystal Palace, and Eze was the goal scorer, the only goal scorer in that game. So yeah, we'll see what kind of frame of mind they are for the Wolves at home fixture after that big celebration. Moving on to the front three, and again, this is obviously an interesting three that I went for. Obviously, Watkins, who was my captain, only getting the assist, so only 10 points from him. A bit underwhelming that he didn't score. It would have been nice for him to get a goal and an assist, but at least he got a return nonetheless for the captaincy. This is the mad thing. Beto, this one is absolutely criminal how he managed to finish on 2 points. The fact that game finished 2-0 as well is shocking. That could have easily finished 6-0 in the end. Beto had 2 offside goals in that game and possibly could have had a third from a misplaced header. So yeah, Beto could have gone massive for me obviously today in that early fixture, but unfortunately because he was so eager to score, he wasn't really watching where he was in terms of obviously the offside. line where he obviously was in front of the Southampton players. So yeah, 2 of his goals were ruled offside. So no goals from him, no goal involvement whatsoever, just the 2 points, which is a bit unfortunate. Obviously, his teammate Ndiaye got the 2 goals in the end. Moving on to Vardy, who, like I said, I was going to bring in Vardy because of his obviously 1 goal away from scoring the 200th goal for Leicester. And obviously, he is obviously departing from Leicester. And what a way to depart. He got his 200th goal today in the Ipswich fixture. And obviously, Leicester did win 2-0 in the end. And yeah, another big differential. That's 8 points for Vardy. Got the bonus 2 on top of that goal scored. So yeah, I am over the moon, obviously, with the 3 hits so far in terms of this starting 11. In terms of the bench, obviously, there's 2 players left to play, and there's 2 players that already have played. The Leicester goalkeeper got the clean sheet with 6 points. And obviously, Shard only got 2 points. I think he only played just over an hour of football and came off. Munoz and Aït-Nouri play obviously later on next week, so we'll see what happens with them 2. But at the moment, it's just really Eze left to play for my starting 11, so we'll see what happens with that. It is a massive green arrow though, 400k green currently. It was 500k after the first day of the game week, but slowly decreased today, obviously from the matches and the results. And 75 points currently for the 3 hit team. So yeah, great successful week so far, and 1 player left to play, which is Eze, who's got Wolves at home, but I am delighted with the 3 hit. You're muted, Huss.
Sorry. So that's I was just gonna say that's our game week 37 teams out the way. We'll look ahead to the final game week, which is game week 38. Just bear with me while I bring up my team. There you go, guys. So let's start off with the bus team. In goal, I've got Raya against Southampton. I have a back 3 of Vardio, Saliba, and Dan Burn. I have a midfield 4 of Sarr, Mbermo, Rogers, and Salah. Then up front, I've got Watkins, Wissa, and Isak. In terms of early transfer plans, I will be taking out Sarr. Who do I swap out Sarr for? I'm not sure. I'll just have a look. But in terms of the rest of the fixtures, I'm quite happy to keep all of them. Raya, Saliba, I think got a nice game. Burn at home to Everton, I think is fine, especially with Champions League still not officially secured for Newcastle. I think Newcastle will be going for it that game. Same with Villa, they need to win against Man United. Who knows what state they're going to be in, because the Europa League final would have happened by then, so they might be on the beach, by then. So we'll see. Liverpool have Palace in the final game. Obviously, that's the last game of the season where Liverpool will lift the league title, so you'd assume they'd want to get off on a high. So Sarr's the one I want to move out, but it's just who do I move him out for? Because the budget purposes, I only have 7.9 million. The player I'm thinking of doing it for is a bit of a punt. I'm thinking of someone like Trossard or Martinelli. Maybe a Martinelli final day against Southampton, because I see there could be goals in that one. So that's probably something I'll do. Because I can't afford Saka. It would have been Saka, but I'd probably go for Martinelli or Trossard, depending on team news, etc. But that's the plan, really. Not much else I want to do for the final game week. I'm going to leave the rest of the team.
Interesting plan, because I thought you might have taken out Isak instead. Obviously, just from not just the injury we've heard about from his groin, but the fact that obviously Isak has been quiet in the last few games, even though Newcastle have a lot to play for still, and they need those 3 points against Everton at home. Would you rather take out Isak, because he's mostly template anyway? It's the last game week of the season. Would you rather take him out for a differential, keep Sarr in there, because his ownership is not at template level? I'll say against Liverpool away, he could nick something, because depending on where Liverpool are, frame of mind and whatnot, complacency. Would you rather take Isak out instead and bring in that differential forward?
You know, I know Isaac hasn't been at his best in the last couple of weeks, but I think whether even if he's got half a broken leg, he's going to play that match against Everton. I think it's so important for Newcastle to get Champions League football. I don't see him missing out. I'll be surprised if he misses out. Only if we get a proper leak, I might go Isak out. But no, I think in terms of mini league, I'm already quite clear in my mini league. So I think Martinelli's a big differential anyway. So I'd rather keep the front line. I think now, if I was on a free hit, I don't think I'd have Isak. But on a team, I don't want to take a -4 either to remove Isak and things. I think Sar's the one I want to take out. I think Palace, similar to Liverpool, will be in a party atmosphere as well because they won the FA Cup. We'll have to see how they do the last 2 games. They can't obviously play for much either. But yeah, no, I think Sar's definitely the one I'll be taking out. I'm going to just leave Isak unless I hear news that he's going to definitely miss Game Week 38. But yeah, the rest of the team will be fine. I've only got 1 free transfer. So there's not much I can do about it. But yeah, the rest of the team looks okay. I've got double Villa, who have to win. Double Brentford against Wolves is fine. But yeah, the rest of the team looks fine. Man City, Guardiola they have to win as well because Champions League is still not confirmed for Man City. So we'll see how they get on. But I don't know if you've seen the table now. It looks
I'm just
mad.
at the table. You've got Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa all on 66, with Man City and Nottingham Forest on 65. So goal difference is going to play a factor, I think, as well in this. If Newcastle, Chelsea, and Aston Villa win, because it will just stay like as it is now. If all 3 win, but it can all change on the last
Man City
day.
have the game in hand, don't they, as well? So Man City play tomorrow or Tuesday, I think. So if they win that,
Tuesday
68. But it's a tough game for Man City, so we'll have to see how they do. But they probably need to get at least 1 win. To secure it. But yeah, Forest as well is interesting. They didn't manage to get the win, but I've said it for a couple of weeks. I said it in January when Forest were 3rd. I don't think Forest will get it top 5. I'm sticking by that. But that final game, last game week, Chelsea v Forest, that is going to be huge. I mean, that's the game everyone should probably be watching. Chelsea Forest.
Yeah, there could be a massive switch in that game, depending on the other results. Whether or not the Forest or Chelsea get that result and qualification for CL. Massive game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, obviously different because we don't normally have a last season game week where we see a team battling for qualification. It's normally for obviously the title, but it's nice to see it so close together now.
There's a lot of teams that can sort of fighting for it from even down to or from 3rd to 7th. So it will be a good one. Let's pull up your boss team anyway, because obviously you are on a free hit this week. Talk us through your plans and your transfer plans as well. Is it the 1 transfer you've got? 1 free transfer?
Yeah, I believe so. Obviously, it's the 1 free transfer. Obviously, post free hit they used already. So yeah, in goal we got Flecken. I think I will play him over Pickford. Got Wolves away. Back 3 currently is Hoyson, Nuri, Mikalenko with decent enough fixtures. Hoyson with the best one, probably with Leicester at home. That I can really hope for a clean sheet in. Midfield 4 currently is Rodgers, De Bruyne, Burmo, and Harvey Barnes. Again, mixture. I think I like the Man United fixture. Obviously, Aston Villa need those 3 points against Man United. And again, I don't honestly think Man United will care in that fixture. They will obviously want to play and win the 3 points against Aston Villa, but I think there's more desire for Aston Villa to get the win in that over Man United. And front 3 is obviously Isaac, Haaland, and Cunha, with Pickford, Sarr, Munoz, and Milenkovic on the bench with difficult fixtures. And obviously the captaincy is currently on Haaland at the moment. That will possibly change. I'm just going to go to the transfer page and show you what my plans are. The last game week. So I have 3.5 million in the bank with 1 free transfer, and because I'm still chasing, obviously rank, there is no point of really me keeping, let's say, like I mentioned, keeping Isaac, for example. I'm not going to captain Isaac. He's pretty much template still. And he's not going to get me much rank increase, even if he does score and whatnot. So I am considering taking out Isaac. And I thought about this and bringing in Watkins, who's got Man United away. And again, I don't think many people will target Watkins as a captain. Most likely flag towards Salah as a safety captain, I'll imagine, or maybe go for Isaac if he is fit for Everton at home. I don't think many people look at this fixture. And captain, obviously Watkins, and obviously you got in Burma as well. He's got Wolves away, which is also a nice fixture, and Haaland as another differential captain. But I'm not a fan of obviously Man City, and obviously Haaland not really getting involved. So yeah, it's looking like I'll take out Isaac and bring in Watkins as my last and final move for this season, and put the captaincy on Ollie Watkins as well. And hopefully he can get more than an assist like he did in this game week, just to finish off. And hopefully, judging by how well this last game week goes, I might be able to break into the top 1 mil. And that is my target and aim for the end of the season. If I can break into the top 1 mil, then that'll be an achievement in itself, considering how the season's gone for me so far.
Okay. Let's take a few comments. Michael, thoughts on Sarr and KDB to Trossard and Diaz? I like those moves. Again, it's different. Trossard, Martinelli, I'm looking at as well for someone who can't afford Saka. And Diaz, final day of the season, could do well as well. Would you play double West Ham defense against Ipswich? Because they definitely aren't great. If you've got double West Ham defense, I probably would just play it rather than taking a hit to remove their players. So, yeah, if you've got double West Ham, you're just best off just playing it, I think. There's no point in taking hits now. I wouldn't even take a -4, I don't think, unless it's for someone you want to captain maybe, and even then, I'm not sure it's worth it, a -4 at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even though West Ham have been not the greats this season, like they've been very quiet for goals and obviously excitement, but you never know. They could put off a clean sheet against Ipswich, who are pretty much relegated. So there's not much for them to play for. Obviously, West Ham, same thing, but they're safe in the Premier League. So maybe they want to end the game, obviously, in a clean sheet to end the season on the high.
But yeah, that is pretty much the plans. Again, obviously, coming to a close of the end of the season now. So not many differentials really. I mean, we'll take a quick look at the fixtures for the final game week. Obviously, the 3 fixtures left to play still for this current game week. But then looking at game week 38 quickly, there is no games on Saturday. So you guys are aware, as always, the final game is always on a Sunday. So we've got 10 fixtures on Sunday. So looking at the best fixtures, I mean, Bournemouth-Leicester could be quite nice. I know Bournemouth have sort of fell off in recent weeks, but they could be decent against Leicester final game week. Fulham, Man City. Again, Man City, who knows? We'll have to see what Man City do against Bournemouth. If Man City win against Bournemouth, then maybe a point against Fulham would be enough. But Fulham did win today, I think 3-2. They came back from 2-1 down to win. So that isn't the easiest of games for Man City. But Man City, again, do need to pick up wins just to secure the top 5. Ipswich, West Ham, probably avoid this one. Liverpool and Palace is a tough one to call because both these teams are probably drunk right now with what they've achieved this season. They probably don't care about this final game, and they probably will treat it as a bit of like a party atmosphere from both sets of fans, because obviously Liverpool won the league. Palace have just won their first ever major trophy, so it's a big party atmosphere going to be in that match, I think, final game of the season. So it could be goals.
Because they have yet to play Wolves at home on obviously Tuesday, and we have to sort of see what frame of mind they are in after obviously the FA Cup win at the weekend too. So yeah, you got one game week to see what state Crystal Palace in before they go against the title winners.
Man United, Aston Villa will be interesting for sure. Man United play Wednesday, massive game for them for their season. Europa League final against Spurs. If Man United win, then maybe that they just don't care about the last game. They could rotate. Even if they lose, they could rotate because their season will be sort of finished. So it's hard to call what happens with that one. But I think Aston Villa do probably win. So, you probably want to back some Aston Villa players in this fixture. Obviously, Aston Villa are chasing top 5 as well. And at one point, it looked like Aston Villa wouldn't make it. But now they do currently sit 5th. A win would be huge for Villa. And it could secure top 5 for them. But let us know your thoughts, guys. Who do you think gets the top 5? I think it's so tough to call. I actually think Villa might get it now, and I didn't think I'd say that a couple of weeks ago, but I think Villa might nick 5th, and Chelsea and Forest both miss out. Let's look at Newcastle, Everton. Newcastle just lost 1-0, but I think they'll make it. If I'm being honest, I think they'll get something final game. But Everton, at home, you'd expect Newcastle to get the job done. But in terms of players you want, Isak, I think is fine because, as I said, even if Isak's got a little knock, they're going to play him for this one because they have to win, Newcastle. So we'll see. The big one is Forest Chelsea. I mean, this is huge. This is like a 6-pointer.
This is the tasty game.
Yeah. Forest are on 65 points in 7th. Chelsea are on 66 points in 4th currently. Whoever wins this basically gets Champions League football. And they may not even, depending on goal difference, because looking at Chelsea's goal difference is 20, Villa's is 9, and Forest is 13. So if Chelsea win, Chelsea will get Champions League football, I believe. A draw, it could be tough, especially if Villa go and win against Man United. So there's so many things that could happen still. But I can't call that game. I don't know about you.
No, it's going to be a hard game to call because both have sort of faults up to this moment. I mean, Nottingham Forest have a lot of injuries. Chelsea just look flat, even though they scored 1 goal against Man United. But again, that could have gone easily the other way from Maguire's goal, which was offside. So yeah, it's a tough one to call. Obviously, this one, I imagine it goes to a draw in the end. I don't think we'll see either one.
A draw won't be good for either team. It would probably mean Villa get top 5. One of these teams need to win, but it could be a draw.
Yeah, because that's what I think it comes down to. Both teams will have so much on the plate here that neither team will want to cause an error or an accident, which will probably lead to like a stalemate happening where neither team get nothing from it result-wise.
Yeah. But that's going to be the best game, I think, for the whole final game week, the most interesting one to watch. Moving on, Southampton, Arsenal. Again, you probably want to target some Arsenal players. I know Arsenal haven't been great of recent weeks and the title's been wrapped up by Liverpool, so Arsenal have been focusing on the Champions League. But they did pick up a win, big win for Arsenal, pretty much guarantees them top 5. They'll want to go out and win the final game against Southampton, so I'd like to have at least 1 or 2 Arsenal players in my team. Spurs, Brighton. Spurs will know the result of the Europa League final by then, so they could rotate. I wouldn't be targeting any of their players really, and the same for the last game of the season in terms of Wolves. I wouldn't target any Wolves players really. Brentford and Wiss are still fine. Cunha's still fine if you've got Cunha, you can still do something. But there's not really any standout fixtures. The best fixture really, if I'm looking at it, I think it's Arsenal fixture against Southampton. Maybe Villa against United. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's definitely the Villa and the Man United one that stands out for me. Because just watching Man United, they literally are in limbo. I think they won't even win. They'll try and win that game, but I don't see it happening. I think that's Villa will just blitz them in the end. They might score maybe a goal, but I'm not hopeful of any sort of victory for Man United. They can't get relegated. They can't really finish high in the table now. They're pretty much in 16th. The best they can do is probably 14th if West Ham and Wolves lose, but that's the highest they can get. So not really much purpose for Man United in that last game.
All right. Final comment. Is Saliba injured? Again, not sure. We need to see the press conferences or the Arteta's comments after the game, but I don't think he's injured. But we'll have to see if he is. We'll probably hear about it before game week 38. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. We're back again midweek for another stream. It's been a long season, but we've enjoyed it. In one game week left, so yeah, make sure you do tune in, guys. Hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you again on the next one.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you on the next video.